I will show you the machine handover service content of electric wheel loader A56AG. The machine handover service content includes configuration confirmation, introduction of safety information, function, operation, maintenance, warranty policy, and delivery signature. The machine configuration confirmation. Hello, Mr. Lee. I am Himing Hao, a service engineer for LiuGong electric wheel loaders. Thank you very much for choosing the LiuGong electric wheel loader. Next, I will confirm the configuration and accessories and introduce the functions and maintenance to you in detail. This is the nameplate. The rated power is 180 kilowatts and the rated voltage is 618 volts. It is equipped with a 423 kilowatt-hours capacity lithium iron phosphate battery, a permanent magnet synchronous motor, an independently developed electronic transmission, and a heavyweight drive axle. The tire type, backward typing capacity, is determined according to the actual demands. Walk around to confirm whether the bucket, cylinder, piston rod, paint, decals, appearance, tire, glass, rear view mirror, PWM electronic control fans and radiator are intact. According to different needs of customers, LiuGong can provide customers with 350 kilowatt-hours power battery system, dry brake axle, different type of tires and buckets, bucket capacities ranging from 2.7 to 5.6 cubic meters, and extremely cold regions, WPTC water positive temperature coefficient, F power battery can be installed. These are the accessories of the electric wheel loader, including the operation and maintenance manual, parts manual, O-rings, and a box of tools. Please keep them properly. Safety information. Make sure the surroundings are safe. Before starting, sound the horn as a warning and make sure that no one is working on or around the machine. During operation, the operation environment shall be evaluated and the operation shall not be carried out until it is confirmed that there is no risk. Safety of carrying materials. When transporting materials on steep slopes, proceed uphill and reverse downhill. When transporting materials, lower the boom pins to 400 to 500 millimeters above the ground before proceeding. Parking on a slope. When parking on a slope, engage the parking brake, lower the working device to the ground, and place parking wedges behind the tires. Getting on and off the machine. When mounting and exiting the machine, face the machine, hold the handrails, step on the steps and maintain 3 points of contact. Do not jump from the machine. Lifting safety. Before lifting, please confirm the nameplate for the weight. Fix the front and rear frames with frame fixing rods to prevent the machine from rotation. Use appropriate ropes and lifting appliances fixing for lifting points on the front and rear frames, and keep the machine balanced in the process. High voltage safety. The safe voltage for the human is 36 volts. But the maximum voltage of the machine can reach 700 volts. The orange cables are all high voltage cables. If not operated properly, there would be a high risk of serious personal injury. Do not touch the positive and negative poles of the battery box simultaneously with both hands at any time. Do not squeeze, impale, or burn the battery box or perform any behavior that could damage the battery box system. Before connecting and disassembling the system cables or welding on any part of the machine, make sure to turn off the low voltage switch first, then the high voltage switch. The high voltage circuit can only be connected after all the installation work of the machine is completed. Non-professionals are not allowed to operate the high voltage cables and controller or install high voltage components. When installing, inspecting, or repairing the power battery, wear insulated gloves, insulated shoes, and insulated tools. When performing any operation on the battery pack, Ensure that the low voltage power, all controllers and relays are disconnected. Do not directly clean the battery pack with water, in case water permeates the battery pack through the clearance. When connecting the cables between battery packs, ensure that the aviation plug is securely fastened to avoid excessive resistance caused by small contact surface. When working around the chassis or motor, the start switch and the negative switch must be turned off, and the maintenance identification sign must be displayed. Place parking wedges behind the front and rear tires. There are various warning symbols. Please understand the meaning of the symbols. Only personnel qualified by local laws and regulations are allowed to operate the maintenance of this machine. Failure to comply with relevant safety precautions may result in personal injury or death, such as electric shock. For more safety information, please read the Operation and Maintenance Manual. Function and Operation Introduction. Control device position description. Steering wheel. Steering column handle. Service brake pedal. Accelerator pedal. Start switch, located on the right side of the cab. Off. Cut off the electric power. On. Start the low voltage power supply. Start. Start the high voltage power supply. According to the different needs of customers, the start switch can be equipped with a key switch. Reversing image. Horn button. 3 horn buttons are located on the left armrest, the working implement control lever, and the end of the combination switch. Combination switch. This combination switch is located on the right of the steering wheel. It has the follow function: steering indication, front floodlight high, low beam shift, front floodlight high, low beam alternation, front windshield wiper control, front windshield washer control and horn control, shift control lever. The shift control lever is located on the left side of the steering column. The FNR switch is located on the work implement control lever, which is installed on the right side of the seat. The left-hand FNR switch is located on left armrest steering handle, which is installed on the left armrest. Pushing the shift control lever to the different position can shift the machine into forward gear 1, forward gear 2, neutral gear and reverse gear respectively. Work implement control lever. The work implement control lever is located on the right side of the seat, which is mainly used to control the boom and bucket. According to different needs of customers, LiuGong can provide dual electric control and triple electric control joysticks, pneumatic suspension electric heated seat, emergency hammer, fire extinguisher. The MSD protective cover is in the storage box behind the seat. According to the different needs of customers, LiuGong can provide the following options. Introduction to instrument panel. Indicator. When operating the function button in the cab, the instrument illuminates the corresponding indicator. When a failure occurs, the failure warning light will show the corresponding indicator. Diagram of indicators. The power battery column meter shows the electric quantity value of the power battery. The white area indicates that the battery box electric quantity is within the normal range, and the meter symbol is white. The red area indicates that the battery is too low, and the indicator symbol turns red at this time. When the electric quantity falls below 12%, the power will be limited, and the battery should be charged immediately. The power battery temperature gauge shows the temperature of power battery. The white area indicates that the temperature is within the normal operating temperature range. The gauge symbol is white. The red area indicates that the temperature is too high. The gauge symbol turns red. Speedometer. The outer ring is a pointer gauge. The pointer indicates the real-time speed, and the number inside the circle shows the real-time speed. The travel motor temperature gauge shows the temperature of travel motor. The white area indicates that the temperature is within the normal operating temperature range, and the gauge symbol is white. The red area indicates that the temperature is too high, and the gauge symbol turns red. The hydraulic motor temperature gauge shows the temperature of hydraulic motor. The white area indicates that the temperature is within the normal operating temperature range, and the gauge symbol is white. The red area indicates that the temperature is too high, and the gauge symbol turns red. Please stop and park the machine in a place convenient to check when the power battery column meter. The hydraulic motor temperature gauge with the travel motor temperature gauge point to the red area. Check the radiator fan, radiator pump, coolant level, and air conditioner. Do not continue working until the fault is resolved. Fault code display. When a failure occurs, the fault type and fault code will be displayed in the upper left corner of the screen. The main fault warning light will flash along with it. If multiple fault messages are received at the same time, they will be displayed cyclically in turn until the fault is resolved or the system is turned off. Front left instrument panel, position light and front floodlight switch. Hazard flasher switch. Front work light switch. Backup signal lights. When the shift control lever is in the reverse position, the backup signal lights on. Front right instrument panel. Rear work light switch. Idle sleeve selection switch. This switch is a two-position switch with a lock buckle. In position 1, the hydraulic motor cannot realize idle sleeve, and the minimum rotating speed of the hydraulic motor is 750 revolutions per minute. In position 3, the hydraulic motor can realize idle sleeve, and the rotating speed of the hydraulic motor can be reduced to 0. Lidar. Front right column instrument panel. Hydraulic lock switch. This switch is a two-position switch with a lock buckle. In position 1, the hydraulic pipeline gets through. The operator can operate the work implement control lever to control the actions of the work implement. In position 3, the hydraulic pipeline is cut off, and the work implement does not work even when the work implement control lever is operated, thereby preventing accidents caused by misoperation of the work implement control lever. Rearview mirror defroster switch. Ride control switch. This switch is a three-position switch with a lock buckle. It enables boom ride control function to reduce boom bumps. In position 1 manual mode position, the switch is connected, and the boom ride control function is enabled based on the travel speed. The function is enabled when the travel speed is 7 km per hour or higher, and disabled when the travel speed is below 7 km per hour. In position 2, the ride control function is disabled. In position 3 automatic mode, the switch is connected, and the boom ride control function is kept on regardless of the travel speed. Working implement mode selection switch. The switch is a two-position switch with manual and automatic modes. In position 1, manual mode is on. In position 3, automatic mode is on. The function of boom rising and bucket auto leveling are enabled. Work implement speed selection switch. The working implement speed can be manually selected. This is a three-position switch, which can manually control the rotating speed of the hydraulic motor to change the action speed of work implement boom and bucket. The greater hydraulic motor rotating speed, the greater work implement action speed. In position 1, operate the boom, bucket. The maximum rotating speed of the hydraulic motor is 1,500 revolutions per minute. In position 2, operate the boom, bucket. The maximum rotating speed of the hydraulic motor is 1,700 revolutions per minute. Position 3 is the default position of the switch. Operate the boom, bucket. The maximum rotating speed of the hydraulic motor is 2,151,800 revolutions per minute. Rear windshield wiper switch. Rotating beacon switch. Steering handle cut-off switch. When the switch is turned on, the operator can perform relevant operations on the handle steering system, including horn, FNR, steering and other functions. Quick coupler switch. In position 1, the quick coupler indicator on the instrument will light up, indicating that the operator can install or remove the working accessories. In position 3, the quick coupler oil line will be cut off when the switch is continuously held in the position 3, causing the pressure of quick change pipeline greater than 18 megapascal more than 3 seconds. The quick coupler indicator on the instrument will go out. In this state, it is impossible to install or remove the working accessories. Caution: the machine can only be operated normally when the quick coupler indicator is off. Centralized lubrication switch. Secondary steering switch. Press to position 1. The switch is closed, and before releasing, the electric hydraulic pump will provide hydraulic oil to the steering wheel. At this time, turning the steering wheel can steer the machine. After releasing, it will return position 3, and the function will be disabled. Defroster switch. Rear washer switch. Right instrument panel. The right instrument panel is located at the right side of the driver's seat. Parking brake switch. Slide the lock buckle downward and press to position 1. The switch is closed and the parking brake is released. Press to position 3, which is the default position of the switch. The parking brake is engaged to apply the brake. Rear wiper intermittent gear switch. FNR function enable switch. It is a 2-position switch with the instantaneous reset function. After the switch is closed, the FNR function is enabled. Repeating the same operation again will disable the FNR function. Auxiliary control lever roller locking switch. This is a 2-position switch with a lock buckle. In position 1, the switch is closed and the auxiliary control lever roller pipeline oil line is connected. Position 3 is the default position where the auxiliary control lever roller pipeline oil line is cut off. Emergency stop button. When the machine is working, in case of an emergency, press the emergency stop button manually to engage the emergency stop, and the machine's power is cut off. To resume machine operation, pull up the emergency stop button, then restart the machine. Caution: the emergency stop must be engaged and released by the same button. Top switch panel. Working implement limit setting switch. This is a 3-position switch with the instantaneous reset function. To enable this function, press the work mode selection switch to automatic mode. Caution: the entire process of lifting the boom from the lowest point to the highest point is 100%. The setting of the boom lifting lowering height is divided at 35% of the boom height. The range above this height is considered as the boom lifting height, and below as the boom lowering height. When lifting, lowering to the desired height. Press to position 1. Release the switch after hearing a beep, and the switch will automatically reset to position 2. At this point, the boom height has been set, and the boom can only be lifted to the set height. Position 2 is the default position of the switch. Press to position 3. Release the switch after hearing a beep, and the switch will automatically reset to position 2. At this point, the bucket height has been set. Caution: the bucket height can be set at any desired position. Translational lifting switch. This is a 2-position switch. In position 1, the switch is turned on. The translational lifting function is enabled. When the translational lifting function is enabled, the machine will record the angle value of the current working data. During the boom lifting and lowering process, the machine will control the bucket cylinder to automatically extend and retract to maintain the working data at a constant angle relative to the machine. Position 3 is the default position of the switch where the translational lifting function is disabled. AC panel. The AC panel is located on the upper right side of the cab. Fan speed switch. Warm air, cool air, fresh air select switch. Warm air, cool air temperature adjusting knob. Warm air indicator, cool air indicator. Charging function introduction. Charging process. Park and turn off the start switch. Keep the negative switch connected. Check the state of the charging pile. Plug the charging gun into the charging port. Check the display of the charging pile. Start charging. Observe the current increase of the charging pile. Check the charging status. And charge. Put the charging gun back to the charging pile. It is designed with two charging modes: single gun charging or double guns charging. When charging with a single gun, insert the gun into charging port 1 or 2, and the personnel shall wait for 5 minutes of normal operation before leaving. Caution! The maximum charging current for single gun charging is 250 ampere, and for double guns charging is 400 ampere. The additional voltage selection is 24 volts. Please select the correct charging pile according to the local laws and regulations. 3 prohibitions. First prohibition. During the charging process, it is forbidden to directly pull out the charging gun without uncharging. Second prohibition. When a machine is charged with 2 charging guns, it is forbidden to charge or stop charging not simultaneously. Third prohibition. It is forbidden to turn off the negative switch during charging. Please pay attention to the daily maintenance of charging piles and charging guns to avoid any losses and safety problems. For other charging pile precautions, please refer to the user manual for the specific charging pile configuration, MSD disassembly and assembly. Turn off the negative terminal switch of the machine. Extract the secondary buckle at number 1. Press down the marked position of number 2 with your thumb. Pull the pull ring of number 3 outward at the same time, and continue to break the pull ring of number 3 until the handle forms and include an angle of 90 degrees. With the maintenance switch, hold the handle on the upper cover of maintenance switch with right hand, and pull out the upper cover gently to complete the removal of maintenance switch. After the manual maintenance switch is removed, the joint on the high voltage box shall be sealed with a rubber cover, and it is forbidden to touch the terminal on the high voltage box with hands or other objects. After removing the MSD, ensure that the terminals of the MSD are facing upward, and check if the high voltage interlock is broken. Handle the MSD gently to keep the terminals and high voltage interlock from damage. The steps of installing the maintenance switch are just the reverse of removal. When installing, pull the MSD outward and check if there is a click sound to confirm whether it is installed in place. Starting procedure. Park the machine on flat and hardened ground. Turn on the battery disconnect switch. Enter the cab according to safety regulations. Adjust the rearview mirror. Adjust your seat and fasten your seat belts. Make sure the shift control lever is in the neutral position. The FN switch must be in neutral position. The electric proportional lever must be in the neutral position. The parking brake is in the braking state. Turn the start switch to the on position. Stay at it for 3 to 5 seconds and wait for the instrument to complete self-test. Then turn to start position and stay for 3 to 5 seconds. The machine will start successfully. If the high voltage fails to be powered on, turn the start switch to off position. Wait for 30 seconds and confirm whether the above conditions are met. High voltage can power on again after everything is checked out. Operation of electronic control lever. Pull the boom control lever to lift the boom. The lifting speed varies with the angular changes of the control lever. A greater opening angle results in a faster lifting speed, while a smaller opening angle leads to a slower lifting speed. There is no need to step on the electric drive pedal during this period. Vice versa for lowering the boom. Similarly, the speed of tipping bucket and dumping bucket also varies with the angular changes of the control lever. After unloading is completed, pull the bucket control lever to the maximum opening angle. Quickly release the lever to the neutral position, and the bucket will be automatically leveled. Maintenance of equipment. Please refer to the maintenance manuals for the maintenance cycle. Select appropriate antifreeze, hydraulic oil, diesel, and engine oil depending on the operating ambient temperature. For more information about operation and maintenance, please refer to the Operation and Maintenance Manual, Daily Inspection. Before departure, confirm whether the alarm indicators of each system on the instrument panel are normal. Check the coolant level of battery box and motor. When the coolant level is lower than 2/3 of the recovery tank, the coolant needs to be replenished. Check whether the hydraulic oil level is within the green range of the sight glass, between the marks and min markings. After the transmission oil temperature reaches 25 to 40 degrees centigrade, the idle speed of the hydraulic motor is 1000 revolutions per minute. Then check the transmission oil level. The oil level should be between the min and max markings. Check the tire pressure. Refer to the tire inflation information. Walk around to check the connections of each part for looseness, wear, leakage, etc. Make sure there are no abnormalities. In addition to daily technical maintenance items, the following items must be supplemented regularly, every week or every 50 service hours. If centralized lubrication system is not provided on this machine, add lubricant according to the lubrication diagram and intervals. When turning on the AC, check the refrigerant level through the sight glass of the refrigerant receiver. If there are a few or no bubbles while the refrigerant flows, it is sufficient. If there are a large number of bubbles, the refrigerant is insufficient and needs to be replenished. Full charge, SOC up to 100% once. The first 100 service hours. Replace the transmission oil and oil filter. Then replace them every 1000 hours of operation. If the working hours doesn't reach 1000 hours, the transmission oil also needs to be replaced at least once a year, every 2 weeks or 100 service hours. When cleaning the radiator module, purge the dust accumulated on the electronic fan with the compressed air of no more than 0.2 megapar. Till no obvious dust can be seen, use compressed air at 600 to 800 bar to purge the radiator in the opposite direction of the airflow. Check the fastening of bolts at key points and movable joints of each system, such as hinge joint, shaft, bearing assembly of drive shaft, drive axle, rim, transmission bracket, battery bracket, motor bracket, beam pin, steering cylinder pin, etc. The first 500 service hours. The oil return filter element and brake filter element of the hydraulic oil tank should be replaced after the first 500 service hours, and then every 1000 service hours. Replace the gear oil of the drive axle after the first 500 service hours, and then replace it every 1000 service hours. If the service hours are not enough, the gear oil of the drive axles also needs to be replaced at least once a year, every 6 months or 1000 service hours. Check the high and low voltage wire harnesses and connectors of the battery system for scratches, damage, and looseness. Check the battery box and high voltage box for slot, cracks, deformation, odor, and expansion. Check the internal and external filter screens of the air conditioning system. Clean or replace them in a timely manner after breakage to ensure the cooling and heating effects of the air conditioning system. Every year or 2000 service hours. Replace the hydraulic oil and clean the hydraulic oil tank of the hydraulic system. Then replace the hydraulic oil every 2000 service hours. Replace the coolant of battery box and motor. Perform comprehensive maintenance of the battery system at least once a year. Adjust SOC within the range of 25% to 40%. Stop the machine. Apply the parking brake and turn the start switch to the off position. Turn the start switch to the on position and turn off the onboard low voltage electrical equipment. Keep the machine energized at low voltage and let it stand for 12 to 15 hours. Under the condition of ensuring vehicle safety, there is no need for personnel to be on duty during standing. Caution: do not use machine or any electrical equipment in the process. If the maintenance is interrupted during the process, restart the maintenance process, and the maintenance process cannot be resumed from the interruption. After standing, the machine can be fully charged once. Product warranty policy and handover service documents completion. Please refer to the actual warranty administration manual of LiuGong's overseas subsidiary for the warranty start date and basic warranty period. The handover service has been successfully completed. Please sign the machine handover service documents PDI table, word registration table,